This is Charlie Kao with Sunil Chatrani, who's the CEO of Eleg Hotels Barbados. Steve, tell me about your 5 properties you have in Barbados.
Hi Charlie, thank you for giving me this interview. We have 5 properties in Barbados, which are more 4-star, 5-star type products. We actually represent 25% of the quality room stock on the island. So some of our properties are all-inclusive and some are European planned properties. On the west coast we have 4 properties, and on the south we have 1. And then we also have on the west Daphne's Restaurant, which is a sister hotel to Daphne's in London. Our properties on the west are Colony Club, starting most furthest up north. And Colony is basically a 4.5, 5-star product that caters to the high net worth individuals, has very big clientele, mostly Brits, and it's a very established property. It's sort of more of a colonial type setting. And then we have the traditional type hotel, which is Tamarind. Tamarind Cove basically caters to just about everyone. It's a European planned property as well. And then we have the house, which is a 34-room property, very unique, simple property, but very private, adults only, and it's all about the service, the VIP service. And we have the 2 all-inclusives, which is Turtle and Crystal, and the 2 all-inclusives are family-oriented, one on the south, one on the west.
And you indicated British make up the
predominantly, and that's typical of the island as a whole. So we're going to have more Brits there than we're going to have any other demographics.
Do you see that changing a little bit with the added new air service from the United States?
Absolutely. What we've seen in arrivals to the island, the growth is really coming from the US market. The UK market is growing as well, but the growth with the additional airlift is certainly helping Barbados. And yes, it is starting to change the demographics a little bit for our properties.
You're also the chairman of the Barbados Hotel Association.
Yes, I am.
How many members are there? How many hotels are members?
There's just under 100 hotels that are members. The room inventory in Barbados is about 6,500, and we represent about 80% or more of that.
What are the challenges that in the past recent years, as a group, you've been able to successfully overcome, and what are the remaining challenges for the coming years?
Well, I'll tell you, the challenge for the island has been that the recession, the world recession, has affected all the islands really, and Barbados was no exception. I think we've had very flat arrivals, but for the first year, this year, we've seen that change. We've had a 40% increase in arrivals in the island. But during that time, you would not have found that there was a lot of reinvestment in the properties because there was not the confidence to reinvest back in. That's changing now with the arrivals rebounding, with the additional airlift out of the US and the US and the UK markets rebounding in terms of their economy. We've seen a lot more travelers coming. As that builds up now, you're starting to see a lot more reinvestment. So over 25% of our hotels on the island has actually started renovations within the last year. Elegant Hotels, we were doing this consistently, property after property, during the recession. So from 2010 to 2015, we've actually refurbished all of our properties now. And we're going to start that process all over again. As you know, it's a very highly intensive, capital-intensive investment or business to be in. So we've just finished the last property, which is called, finished that in September last year. And we're going to have to start going again on these properties. But we have a heavy or very strong preventative maintenance program, which you have to do to stay relevant in the market, really. So we continue to do that.
And with the refurbishing finished, are you going to have to pay off all that investment in the coming years? I suppose that's a challenge.
It is, but you know what I've found, I think most hoteliers would agree, is that once you spend the money and do the reinvestment, you will see the returns. It's just about doing it smart, and you have to do it the right way. So be sensible about it, but spend money back into renovations, and you will get the results.
What sea level is Barbados on? across it? Is it low, high sea level to sea level?
It's a very flat island. It's not below sea level, it's above sea level, but obviously, it's not that high above. But there's no flooding or any major
No
issues.
climate change issues on
No,
the horizon
no.
from flooding anyway.
We have our usual, beach at different times of the year will come and go, but that's pretty standard. And we've done a lot of beach works, and the beaches are actually established quite nicely on the island. So the tourist belts are really the west coast and the south coast, and the beaches there are fine.
And your website is pretty simple, huh? eleganthotels.com.
It is.
Sunil, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.